If your TV sounds funny in the evening, you're watching live from Studio 6B on Real America's Voice.
It is live from Studio 6B on Real America's Voice, 8 o'clock on the East Coast on a Wednesday night. Real America's Voice all across the country on your television. 103.9 LI News Radio on your radio, Suffolk County, Long Island, New York. Glad you're in, whether you're watching or listening. Welcome on in, everybody, on a Wednesday night. Lots to do. Busy news night. The boys are all here. Well, almost all here. Kevin Downey Jr. is not here. Vinnie Mac's not here. But Slick Rick's here. He's going to do some sports. Slickster, how are you?
Doing good, Big D. How you doing today?
I got your Savannah Banana Yellow baseball there.
This is awesome. I love this ball. It's going to be on my set. It's going to be. I'll squeeze it when I'm stressed.
There you go. So you'll never leave your hand, in other words. So
No, not me.
Sounds like something I do every night.
What's coming up in sports, Slick? Any big trade news in the NFL yet?
Well, looks like Belichick and his girl are getting a little busy in sports. They're getting a little becoming entrepreneurs together with the Gold Digger logo. And
Any
start a
big
babysitting network?
what's that?
They start a babysitting business?
No, they didn't start a babysitting
girlfriend?
business. They just they're looking for a Gold Digger logo. And what? Any big trades? What was there a breaking trade in the last few minutes?
No, it's just. I've
Michael
heard some
Parsons,
rumors
Green
of some
Bay
big
Packers.
ones. I've heard some rumors of some big ones that might be going on. I was just wondering if you've been following those.
It's like that old Bing Crosby song, let him go, let him go, let him go. I'm done.
He might be on the field, you're right, but he just may be in a different uniform.
That's okay. Tell him to pack it in with the Packers.
Okay, very good.
So we'll be tracking that very closely, Big D.
Okay.
Lot shaking up with these.
A lot of people say it's not happening. A lot of people say it is, so we'll see.
Yeah, I know.
Rick Delgado's here. He's got the news. Mr. Delgado, how are you?
I am very well, Damon.
How was your day, Rick?
My day was wonderful. I forgot to send a video again from the Painted Pony Rodeo. I gotta say,
Pink Pony Strip Club.
The Painted Pony Rodeo that I went to over the weekend, and you know what? I gotta say that that was something else I'd never done before in my life.
You got roped in, huh?
It was I went to a rodeo.
Yeah.
Which was a lot of fun, Paul. You missed it.
The barrel
Well,
of laughs.
it looked kind of cool.
It was very cool.
Now, what made you do that? What possessed you to do that?
Staying in the area, and all of a sudden, as I'm looking at the map to figure out how to get there, I see the little thing pop up. It says Painted Pony Rodeo. So I'm like, oh, let me click on that. What is it? What is that? Is that like a store? What is that? It turns out it's an actual rodeo.
Yeah.
It's an actual, that they have the stands, they have the whole shebang. They got the chutes with the bulls come out. They got the bronco busting. They got the tie down roping. They got the barrel racing. It was awesome.
Is it a professional Rodeo Cowboy Association,
Yeah.
PRCA certified?
Yeah, so I think that's
really?
one of the ones that was there.
Oh, let me see.
Okay, very good.
Over the past weekend. So that was a lot of
I'll
fun.
have to recap it.
Mr. Nolan's here. How was your day today?
It was a nice day. Things kind of went smoothly. I went to a rodeo once, but I was in Las Vegas, had like the big time tournament, and all the Cowboys stayed at the Mirage, and me being a city slicker and all.
Well, that's the National Finals Rodeo.
It was unbelievable. And by the way, the coolest dudes in the world. And it's funny, on the way home, we were in the airport, we're having a few pops, and me and my buddy Richie and my buddy Joe, big, burly, heavy Italian guys, we're all BS, breaking each other's chops and whatnot. And they go to the can, and I'm sitting alone, and this 6'9" guy says, "Hey, buddy, you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine. What's up?" He goes, "Sounds like you guys are about to get it on." I said, No, we're just friends having fun. He goes, "Man, that's why I ain't never going to New York. You guys will eat me alive." I'm like, "Eat you alive? Dude, you got a jaw that looks like it's made of stone. You're 6'9". You got shoulders on top of your shoulders. What do you do in the rodeo?" He goes, I wrestle bulls." I'm like, "Are you nuts?" That was the sweetest, what a gentleman. And so
I went to a rodeo once too. I went on an on-location shoot with Big D. We shot a liberal. We did a video for her. That was a rodeo all in itself. Remember that one, Big D?
No, I don't know.
Oh yes, you do.
Which one
that psychiatrist that we shot. Remember the shrink, the woman? She was a real lib. She was busting you on the taxes and everything like that. We shot it in Sayville in the park. Remember that? Yes, you remember that.
I swear to God I don't, but I take your word for it.
Man, what a memory.
Well, I just don't remember it, Slick. I'm getting old. I don't know if you've noticed.
That's an understatement.
Shut up. 4 minutes past the hour, live from Studio 6.
what a memory.
Just don't remember. I don't remember.
Memories.
Anyways, so...
Now, how was your big day, Damon?
Yeah,
Would you like
you
to
never
ask,
tell us how
ask
your
all these
Well,
probing questions?
My day was
Tell
fine.
anybody about yourself.
My day was fine. I talked to my son a couple times.
Oh.
He needs a printer. He just the printing situation there is not good. So
really, they print out stuff.
Yeah. He went to spend $15 at the library today to try to print and didn't get one sheet that was right. Not one.
I feel like everything I've seen the kids in the last couple of years do for college, it's like, all right, the professor has this. You have to upload your PDF or your file or whatever into their website.
Yeah, the math teacher wants all the units printed every week before they come to class.
Oh.
Yeah. So we got him a printer shipped from Amazon, and we'll see if it arrives. I did what they said to do as far as the address and getting it to him. So we'll see if it gets to him. So I talked to him a couple times. Let's see. I took my daughter to Staples so she could get what she needs.
Yeah, that's getting crazy.
School.
Staples is busy. I passed one today.
Too?
No, she doesn't need it. We have a printer at home, so she didn't need that. She got what she needed, and she was successful in that. Then I took the dog to the groomer because Tucker had to get cut today. And then I picked him up 2.5 hours later. So that was basically my day.
Sounds like a Vinnie Mac day.
Yeah, I was going to say.
A lot of decompressing.
And then I had to decompress before I came here. I actually talked to Vin part of my day as well. I talked to Vin. He's still in Florida taking up residence. And then I spent the rest of the time trying to catch up on the news out of Minnesota.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I keep hearing how this is a marginalized group, yet this marginalized group makes up the majority of mass shooters lately. It doesn't seem like marginalization. It seems more like terrorism. Anybody agree with that?
I'm going to say I'm on board with a big yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
I mean, let's face it, it's a mental illness, and none of that has changed. It's still a mental illness, but now for some reason it gets championed like it's some type of special group that has special special access. They have special laws. They have special people who affirm them. Like, oh my goodness, you're a trans. Oh my goodness, that just means you have a mental problem and you need to seek help. There's nothing special about that. A lot of people have mental problems, and a lot of them get help. Maybe more of the trans people should do the same.
Yeah, you think about the cocktail of drugs and medication, and then lob in their media feed or their news feed that completely enrages them, and they're completely brainwashed. And not a coincidence we see a kid with $3,000 worth of gear, who
lives with mommy and daddy.
Yeah.
Somehow that goes flying beneath the radar. I don't know. I mean, we've seen the video, right? I think everybody has seen the video, at least parts of it.
Yeah, you just wonder. I'd like to, when they do the investigation on this guy, I want to see every single thing in his feed. Why can't they do a full AI search of his entire feed and what he was getting fed in his head? And then let's do a breakdown of a toxicology report to see what kind of cocktail of drugs he was on, and then make sure that cocktail of drugs never happens again.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it happens too many times, whether it's to the degree of whatever he did. We're not sure. But I read a bunch of stuff that kind of registered with me today. One of them was from Matt Walsh. He said trans terrorism, and I think that's appropriately titled, is an epidemic. Many of us warned that it would come to this. When you affirm the perverse fantasies of sick and delusional people, and you do it systematically at scale, you're creating precisely this kind of catastrophe. It was inevitable.
Was he talking about radical Muslims, or was he talking about the trans people? Because you can use them both in that situation.
Yeah, well, he was talking about the trans mafia here in this situation today. I'll tell you who else needs help is the mayor of Minnesota. You see this guy?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Just a disaster.
Jacob Fry gives a speech today outside standing up for trans people at a press conference about a trans mass shooter who killed children at a mass at a Catholic church. This is what he did. This is what he decides to do today. He gives a press conference standing up for trans people while speaking about a trans mass shooter who killed children at a Catholic church school today.
Yeah,
I have that
this
clip.
POS.
I brought that clip if you want to play it. I don't know if anyone saw it. I think I sent that in to Aaron.
Do we have that, Aaron? We have this dirtbag?
I think it's cut 5.
I have heard about a whole lot of hate that's being directed at our trans community. Anybody who is using this as an opportunity to villainize our trans community or any other community out there has lost their sense of common humanity.
No, we haven't. We know
We should
exactly
not
what we're
be
doing.
operating out of a place of hate for anyone. We should be operating from a place of love for our kids.
This is such BS.
Kids died today.
Aaron,
Yeah, we know that.
This needs to be about them.
Thanks for overstating the obvious. What really kills me on that is the whole notion that if you're using this as a platform for hate for a certain. That's what we're doing. We're talking about the obvious that you guys keep gaslighting us, and you're pretending that you don't see it, and that we're crazy because we see it.
Yeah. He's worried. This piece of crap scumbag is more worried about whether we're going to misgender the killer than he is about the actual kids. This is a guy who kneeled at George Floyd's casket and cried. Couldn't do that today, though. He's more worried about whether we're going to misgender the killer. Catholic schools turned into a war zone, and this is what this guy's first instinct is to go in front of the camera and says.
Yeah.
Another leftist mayor who comforts murderers and their ideology instead of the victims and the families.
Yeah, they defend the killers because that's who they idolize. I don't know. Maybe he idolizes this she.
Yeah, that's his voting base.
right.
The people who support this.
Right, the people that support this, the people that have mental issues that support this. And he thinks, oh, well, we can't say anything bad about this. You say bad stuff about people who vote a certain way. Are you kidding me? This person murdered 2 children who were hiding in pews praying for their lives and shot up another, 17 others?
And he's telling us about losing our common core.
Right.
Really?
Sick.
Meanwhile, take a look at this picture. I sent a picture of some of the more recent shooters that have been out there. Just take a look at this. This is picture number 1. Take a good look. You can even go full screen because I want everybody to get a good look at these upstanding, normal citizens who are out there doing all this shooting. They don't look very normal, do they? Many of them identified as trans. Most of them are the most recent shootings. You also have the Border Patrol agent, David Malin, who was killed near the Canadian border in Vermont, who was killed by a trans murder cult. So, I mean, this mayor can talk all the crap he wants. He's full of it. He knows it. And I don't know how he sleeps at night because he's a piece of garbage.
If you went to Minneapolis and even looked at the pride flag the wrong way, you know what this guy would be? He'd be issuing a day of national mourning.
Yep.
This guy, this POS. But yet on a day like today, this is what he's worried about.
Yeah, he's a garbage person.
He delivers a sermon about protecting trans feelings. If these people don't have the most evil priorities, I don't know who does. All right, 13 past the hour. A lot more on this. Obviously, other news as well. Live from Studio 6B, right back after this.
Check out chat.
Chat live in the chats. There, chats. Come on, chats. Come on. There we go. Howdy do, howdy do, howdy do. Is that the first break?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, look at me. Drake 99, Zinc and Ivy in the Rumble chat.
I don't see no pink pony in the PRCA listings here. I was looking to see if I can give a recap of that.
I was looking for the results, too. I didn't see them posted yet, but I know they have another rodeo starting, I think, tomorrow.
Yeah, because I only do
Tonight?
the PRCA ones because there's so many of these little rodeos, and, I usually stick to the big ones.
Yeah, they have to.
It's like me reporting, AAA baseball in, Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
Or Korean baseball.
Korean baseball, remember that?
Yeah.
Who was the one that Big
The
D
Heroes.
had? Oh, yeah.
That was, you were saying
the
David?
KT Heroes or something.
Right.
I forgot what it was. Yeah, that was
That was
Of
fun.
course, because he thought it was food.
Yeah, talk about a Subway series, huh?
Mm-hmm.
No, that was great, though. Those Korean.
Are we on the Twix? I don't see us on there.
What's up, Jersey girl? What's up, Cats B?
Unbelievable.
Are we on Twitter X? I don't see us.
I don't know.
We'll have to a different
Yeah,
link.
Gentle Giant. What's going on? Exactly what I'm thinking, Gentle. Oh, they just took down your Gentle Giant. Did you delete your own post? Because I'd sure would like to know why that just disappeared. Because MK Ultra's got
Gentle
its
Giant
hands
is
all
good
over
people.
this thing.
Gentle Giant.
Gary S., what's going on? Bill Moore, what's happening?
Bill Mo.
Yeah,
Bill
buddy,
Moore.
thanks.
Come on, Bill Mo.
Bill Moore, thank you. The only piece of jewelry I really own. Sue, what's up, Sue? Look at this first segment, 194 likes over here, over there, over here. What's up, Robbie?
Hey.
17.
What's your story?
Seventeen past the hour, live from Studio 6B on a Wednesday night. Real America's Voice, 103.9 LI News Radio. Glad you're in. Slick's going to do some sports here in a little bit. Delgado and Paul here with news. Aaron and Fran holding it down as always. So let's get into some of the details that none of the mainstream media wanted to talk about tonight. And if they even attempted to, they never actually got into the details. They actually tried to half tell the story without actually having to lay the context of what actually was found and what we knew what was going on. New York Post this afternoon. Trans Minneapolis shooter Robert Westman mused about slaughtering filthy Zionist Jews in sick journal before deadly Catholic school massacre. Transgender Minneapolis shooter Robert Westman spoke of murdering filthy Zionist Jews, quote unquote, and spewed other anti-Semitic bile in a twisted manifesto before he opened fire at a Catholic school Wednesday morning, killing 2 children. Westman, 23, also wrote slogans such as Free Palestine in a journal he wrote in the Cyrillic alphabet, which the Post translated after YouTube clips showing the diary pages were posted online in his since-deleted channel. Quote, I will carry out a radically motivated, racially motivated attack. It would be most likely against filthy Zionist Jews, he wrote in one disgusting entry. Quote, I hate those entitled penny sniffin' KIKES, he wrote elsewhere in the journal, which was full of anti-Semitic slurs. Westman also wrote 6 million wasn't enough. This is the kind of depravity, satanic mindset from this person. And the media can't figure it out today. Well, we may never know. Like these entries and the kill Trump wasn't enough.
Did you see before you finish that, did you see the police chief in Minnesota? He addressed the media. When you're done with this, Aaron, I want to play that clip.
Okay. Westman also wrote 6 million wasn't enough, reference to the number of Jew Holocaust victims on the side of ammunition magazines he filmed before the shooting at the Catholic Church. Another message scrawled on one of the many magazines read, destroy HIAS, I believe it's pronounced, HIAS, the Jewish Refugee Aid Group. While one of his guns read, Israel must fall, release the files, a possible reference to Jeffrey Epstein. The deranged gunman mused about assassinating President Trump and Jews, but ultimately decided that killing children of innocent civilians, quote unquote, would bring him, quote, the most joy. The translated journal entries read, quote, for good, would be a target or political or societal significance. Targets like Musk, Trump, or significant executives, Westman wrote. I can't really put my finger on a specific purpose. It definitely won't be for racism or white supremacy, he said. Before he deliberated a motive for the shooting, he said, quote, while I don't really like being around people of color, I don't give enough of an SH about them to take my life for them. In other parts of the journal, now this you won't hear this on MSNBC, you won't hear this on CNN, you won't hear this on NBC, you won't hear this on ABC, you won't hear any of it. Because they won't clearly lay out what we're dealing with here. In other parts of the journal, Westman, whose records say changed his name from Robert to Robin in 2020 after applying when he was 17, said he had been suicidal for years, but wanted to take others out with him. I don't want to do it to spread a message. I do it to please myself. I do it because I'm sick, he wrote. I don't think I could just take myself out. I would need to take something with my final act, the journal continued. The FBI is investigating the mass shooting as an act of domestic terrorism carried out by trans gunmen and a hate crime targeting Catholics, Director Kash Patel said on Wednesday. Well, that from the New York Post today. So, Paul, what were you saying?
Aaron, give us clip 7, please.
So the question was on a possible motive and a relationship to the church or to the school. I have no information to share on a motive other than saying, again, that there was some sort of manifesto that was timed to come out on YouTube. It's been taken down, and our investigators are going through that to try and develop a motive from that. Additionally, there are these 3 search warrants happening in residential locations, and we may very well, find more information or writings that could give some sense to that, but we don't have that now.
Yeah, sure.
And I cannot confirm a relationship between the suspect or his family and this church at this time, but that's obviously something we're looking very closely at.
Yeah, how about the mother worked there? How about that?
Yeah.
How about he was a former student?
How about there was a
former student, huh?
How about if they found a MAGA hat there, they would have known everything about it. They would have had every motive under the sun. But because the bullet, the barrel of the gun said kill Trump, and all of this, what I just read you, Officer Colombo there has no idea.
Yeah. Yeah, how about the attempted shoot up of a church the day before yesterday that no one in the media even remotely talked about? How about the fact that I'm going to say F you media. You guys don't run the narrative anymore. It's over. Your whole game is over. The media is now us.
Yep.
We're all citizen journalists. The media is out. You can't spin this. Even though you're going to try with this dumb clip, you're going to say something to the effect of, oh, there's no motive, no motive. They're going to run with that little tiny soundbite, no motive, and they're going to keep on pumping it until you can just bury this down the wormhole, and nobody has to know the reality that your agenda, your Marxist lunacy, your drug-infused big pharma lie to mess every kid up you can, your social media game, your mental warfare, all of it, it's over. This is like the season finale of the Democrat BS party. And I'm about to curse.
I was literally sweating.
I think Damon had his remote out for the trunk deck. He was going to open up the trunk.
David was looking at me like, please say something about aliens.
I want you to know, my church group has helped me immensely.
Is there any UFO stories we could jump into quick?
Yeah, let's open this conversation.
UFO stories, stat.
I'm going to say one more thing here as well, because as a parent, and as all parents out there, our job is to protect our kids from, number one, themselves, protect them from harm, protect them from anything that would do them harm in any way, shape, or form, physically, mentally.
Spiritually.
Our job is not to sign consent forms for chemical castration. So when that kind of chaos turns into murder and bullets flying, you have to start to ask yourself, does all the blame end with the shooter? And I think that's a fair question.
Yeah. And you know what's another fair question is keep an eye on what the media is trying to do. Like Paul said, they're going to say, "Oh, look, it said Trump on one of his magazines." But they leave out the context of what ABC tried to do. Look at this. Cut number 10. ABC leaves that out, just reporting that, it said something about Trump. Cut number 10. Listen to this nonsense.
We've also been going through it and can tell you there are crude diagrams of the church. There are also photos of the weapons, and they include all sorts of writings, the names of past mass shooters, criticism of Israel, the name of President Trump written on the guns. There are also racial slurs, nihilistic statements.
That photo was put on by the
picture
person who
of a
posted that on
disturbed
X.
individual who carried out this
ABC
mass
wouldn't
shooting.
show that photo. Why? Because the narrative.
Yep.
They got to try and make this. We got to try and go after guns, and we got to blame MAGA. We got to do it. We got to try and do it. And that's why the governor or the mayor there of Minneapolis came out completely just jumping to the defense of the trans community. Why? Because the trans community is the problem. There's a mental issue going on that they don't want to address. There's a trans cult that's already been identified. They don't want to talk about it because guess what? These are some of the people they depend on for this kind of nonsense.
And it's all the Arabella, USAID, all these BS funds, all these groups that fund him. So he's got to run. He's a pitch. Yeah.
All right, live from Studio 6B, 26 past the hour. More to do. We're back right after this.
Chat live in the chat. You know what's amazing, though, is how much we do know about this guy, this trans shooter. We still know more about him in the last few hours than we do about Crooks, the Butler shooter.
I was going there. If I was going to go there, it's absolutely ridiculous. So we know more about Crooks, but not less about Crooks.
We know less about Crooks.
And we know less about the guy who was the CIA operative who spent all his time recruiting in Ukraine.
And we know even less about the guy who shot up Las Vegas.
Oh, don't get me started there.
I just did.
Is that an IPA? How's it going, chat? 281 likes in the first half hour. We really appreciate it. Getting out there after the likes early on helps us as a channel. Big help.
I like the polar better.
Yeah, me too. But I'll get what you're saying. Chat live in the chat. In the Twixers, Rebecca B. Patrick Owen Ahern is in there. Pitchfork 22. Gary Haas. Farmer Brook. Farmer Brook checking in. Barb Steer, I should say. Who dat? Fisherman Chaz in the Twix chat. Kit Kat, Lady Lisa, Racing Banshee, Tweet Potato, a lot of famous names. Santa Fe Mockingjay, who dat? Nancy Burns, Manny C. Got the Rumblers, RD Bull, MAGA Patriot 63, Jethro TXK, John D 6307, Frederick Leathers. That sounds like a horror movie.
Yeah, like he lives in a castle in England.
Yes, his name is Frederick Leathers.
Can I get you anything, sir, before I kill the staff?
Follow, walk this way, sir.
Frederick Leathers also sounds like a country singer who's really good, or a cowboy.
Okay. I saw Cowboys.
All right, 30 minutes past the hour, live from Studio 6B on a Wednesday night. Real America's Voice on your television, 103.9 LI News Radio, on your radio, Suffolk County and Long Island. Glad you're in, whether you're watching or listening. We appreciate you being here. Weeknights, 8 to 10, of course, Monday through Friday, right here on Real America's Voice, live from Studio 6B. Delgado and Paul are going to have some more news. We'll continue to talk about this horrendous situation out of Minneapolis today. Aaron and Fran holding it down as always, but let's do a little sports. We'll change it up a little bit, and we'll get back to the news. Sports is brought to you by our friend Mike Lindell, MyPillow. They sponsor sports. You can go to mypillow.com/LFS6B for all the best deals for this audience, and then you can use promo code LFS6B at checkout to give you a great savings if you do find anything that you love, and I think you will find a lot of great stuff at mypillow.com or mystore.com. Slick's got sports. Slickster, what's going on?
Big D, well, odds makers. Are we going to start that this week? I have somebody at 97N Pierce in the YouTubes is asking if it's going to be 4 or 6 picks for the odds makers, and are we starting this Thursday? So what we got to lay the level
Thursday's
set
tomorrow.
things.
There's no pro tomorrow. It's a week from tomorrow.
Exactly.
Well,
yeah.
we have college though.
Right. I thought you guys were going to start with college.
So we're gonna start with college.
But that would be Friday because I'm not going to be here tomorrow night. Separate on this side from we're going into the weekend.
So we'll pick Saturday's games on Friday.
Yes. So we're going to. I thought it was 4, Aaron, right? 4 pro and 4 college. What did we do last year? Do we remember?
I thought you did.
I thought we
Delgado,
did
wanna
4
be
total.
partners? You do the college, I'll
Didn't
do
we
the pro.
each pick 4 every week?
I thought we picked
Any
more than that.
combination of.
Okay, 4.
I don't remember.
So
it was either 4 or 6, but I
we
feel
could
like
do-
6 is a lot.
yeah, 6 is a lot. I agree. Yeah, so it'll be.
Let me check.
Maybe we can have this discussion off air and we can kind of get it all down. I'm just
trying to, the audience is very interested,
Yeah, no. It's saying we're going to do
All right,
it.
M.
It's
Pierce.
fine.
We're obviously
We're gonna
Friday
do
night.
it.
We're going to start something. There you go.
Yes, we're going to start something. We'll figure out what the numbers are and then what we're going to do that, and then we'll get it down. But we will pick college for this week on Friday.
Would the audience like to participate? Maybe we could set up a little.
Well, we already have that
interactive
going on.
thing
Well,
here.
Paul,
Welcome to the show.
welcome to the show, Paul.
Welcome.
Yeah, welcome to the
Welcome
show,
to the
Paul.
show.
I meant for money.
Oh, now we're talking
I'm gonna pay to play.
Paul, we're thinking about
moolah.
doing live Friday nights at the warehouse. Have you heard?
Yeah. You know what? We start doing it for money. We're going to be live Friday nights in the cell block. We're doing that stuff.
I guess I had that coming.
And Rick, this one's for you. Staff Sergeant Arby says that the Painted Pony, Pink Pony Club there, they actually are certified on the 29th and 30th.
I told you.
All the other ones are wing-ding acronyms for the last few nights, but they're going to be for really, they're going to have
one.
some sanctioned events Friday and Saturday.
Yeah.
So Friday Night Rodeo, Rick, I might throw it to you.
You should.
You probably know the Cowboys by the first name.
I don't know about that, but it's a pretty good rodeo.
right,
People
well,
should check it out up in Lake
fantastic.
Luzerne, New York.
Good.
Where
Well,
where it's also very squatchy. I noticed it was very squatchy there.
Squatch.
All right.
Very squatchy.
Is that a technical term?
Yes. It had the smell, and it turns out it's like one of the top 3 areas for Sasquatch sightings in New York. Unbelievable.
Wow.
As well as UFOs.
You fit right in, of course.
But yes, and it smelled very squatchy that night. So.
All right. So before I get the get your own show look from Damon, let me get into the scores here. Men's U.S. Open, Arthur Ashe Stadium, Flushing, Queens. Paul's favorite place, right, Paul? Carlos Alcaraz, world number 2, is right now just about going to knock off Bellucci from Italy there. 6-1, 6-0, and they're in the third set, tied at 1. The great Djokovic, number 7 this year. Well, right now he's in a heck of a match. You just finished. He lost the first set, 7-6, came back and won 3 sets in a row, 6-3, 6-3, and 6-1 to beat Svaja. So that was a good one right there in round 2. Also, Ruud was actually upset today, world number 12, by Collignon, 6-4, 6-3, 6-3, 6-4, 7-5. Wow, what a set there. And great match. And Tiafoe, right now, 6-4, 7-5, 7-6, 7-5, beat Damn, I'll be damned. And B. Shelton and Brewster are coming up a little bit
I would
later.
have no idea if any one of those names
You
are
know who
correct.
Carlos
I would
Alcaraz
have no
is.
idea.
Carlos Alcaraz is a great player. You know, and
Okay.
Djokovic, you know,
I think
of
I know
course.
that one. I know that one. The other ones, you could be absolutely positively 100% right or 100% wrong, and I would have no clue.
Oh, Tiafoe's good, too. Then we're going to go to the women right now, and we just have let's see, a couple matches under our belt. So Paolini defeated Jovic 6-3, 5-3, just about defeated her. It's in the last set there. One more game to go, so I don't count my chickens before they hatch there. Navarro right now over McNally 6-2, 6-1 in the women's. Pagula, her father owns the Buffalo Bills, right? She's up 6-1, 6-3 over Blinkova. Actually, she just won that one over Blinkova. And Andreeva beat Potapova 6-1, 6-3. They're having a pot pie in a pub right across the street. What do you know? And let's get to the baseball scores now. Orioles 2-1 over the Red Sox, top of the 8th. Bottom 4 Twins leading the Blue Jays 6-5. The Mets up 4-0 over the Phillies, bottom of the 6th. Mets are starting to find their groove, so Frank the Tank isn't going to lose his mind. Brewers 1-0 over the Diamondbacks, mid-4th. We have the Royals and White Sox, no score there, bottom 4. Also bottom 4 Cardinals 1-0 over the Pirates. Rangers 3-1 over the Angels, bottom 1. Top of the 2nd, Astros 1-0 over the Rockies. Finals from earlier today. Yankees in the Bronx, big win today, Rick, 11-2 over the Nationals. Braves 12-1 over the Marlins. Guardians defeated the Rays 4-3-10. Mariners 4-3 over the Padres. And the Reds take on the Dodgers. That's at 8:40 tonight. Reds got blown out again last night. I called it, but I'm going to call this. Reds will win tonight. They're the only team in Major League Baseball this season that has not been swept in a series. They're down 2-0. So bank it, book it. The Reds will pull that game out tonight. Cubs and Giants 9:45, and Tigers and A's are the nightcap at 10:05. Did I take enough time, Big D? You want me to wrap up sports there, or you want me to give you a story?
No, you got plenty of time. I
don't want to overstay my say.
I'm just happy to see that you're supporting your team finally tonight.
Right. I'm more surprised at that than anything.
They're slipping away. They're not going to. The Mets are going to running away
there
now.
He goes again.
They're 3.5 out. I'm telling you, football season's over.
But
Next week's going to be a blowout.
He's back.
I'm terrible. Well, President Trump, right? Keegan Bradley, deeply honored. Trump wanted him to play in Ryder Cup. Hits back at Rory McIlroy's comments. Big D to Ryder Cup coming up on the 26th. That seems to be the same day that the Sacred Heart is going to be having their Parents' Weekend. Am I correct or am I incorrect?
Sometimes I'd like to come over there and just...
Oh, Alice, bang, zoom. Anyway. Bradley decided not to be a playing captain. This is Ryan Morick of Fox News. Over the weekend, President Donald Trump voiced his support for Keegan Bradley to select himself as playing captain for Team USA at next month's Ryder Cup. Trump did not get his wish, as Bradley, despite being ranked 11th among USA players, did not pick himself to be on the 12-man team. Bradley selected Justin Thomas, Colin Morikawa, Ben Griffin, Cameron Young, Patrick Cantlay, Sam Burns to represent the U.S. instead. The reigning Travelers Championship winner said the decision was made a while ago that he would not play, and not even the president's support could convince him. However, it still meant a lot to the 39-year-old. That was really surreal. I've been really blown away with the support. Anytime you get the support of the President of the United States, it's surreal and stunning. I really appreciate it, Mr. President. I hope you're not disappointed. Bradley said, adding that he is looking forward to seeing him at the Ryder Cup. Word has it President Trump is going to attend the Ryder Cup. That is
Friday, opening day, Friday.
I think that Rav should send Slick Rick to cover the Ryder Cup. I should be there interviewing the president. Not going to happen. All right. We don't have that kind of budget. Trump announced he would attend the first day of the tournament. He also visited the 2017 President's Cup in Jersey City. Oh, I got that look. I know where we're going here. It's like the Rav Open. We got a better chance of seeing that. Anyway, Rory McIlroy recently said he didn't think it was possible.
He is relentless.
Is there anything missing from this?
Yeah,
no, it's not open.
Are you kidding me? I've been dry since Sunday. Okay. Anyway. It's a true story. Big streak. Here we go. Rory McIlroy recently said he didn't think it was possible to be playing captain. No one has done it since Arnold Palmer back in '63, which was a long time ago, obviously. And
tell Rory to mind his own damn business. How about that? We'll do what we want to do here.
I know.
We whip your butt next end of September.
To wrap it all up,
I'm calling it now.
The Ryder Cup begins on September 26th.
Thanks for all your support. You're supposed to jump in and say, yeah, Big D, I agree. USA, let's go.
Come on.
We're going to whoop them, this team.
Yeah.
Rory, well, you know.
Whoop.
I don't care for Rory. I never did. He never was my cup of tea. But the Ryder Cup does begin on September 26th. Scotty Scheffler, J.J. Spawn, Russell Henley, Xander Schauffele, Bryson DeChambeau, and Harris English all automatically qualify. That's going to be the dream team. This is like, this is like the '84 Olympic basketball team. That's what it reminds me of.
What am I going to do? I've already tried to think it through. So here's what I have to do.
Yeah.
I'm turning my phone off so
92.
none of you can ruin it for
92.
me. I'm going to have
Barcelona.
to do my day at Sacred Heart, and then I'm going to have to go back to the hotel. I think I'm going to get my own room, put all them in another room, and then I'll start to watch it. What do you think of that?
I think it's a great idea.
Never going to happen.
Can't you?
No, it's not. No chance.
He's gonna be stuck in some college like
Nothing's going to be sacred that weekend.
Auditorium hall. He's gonna be
I have to somehow block it all out.
He's gonna be in some auditorium hall, just sitting there with all the parents, thinking about their money being taken from their wallets as their kids are enjoying their college experience. While the Ryder Cup.
Well, you want to go Saturday? I got tickets.
On Long Island.
I can't go Friday or Saturday. I could possibly go if we get home Sunday.
How about Tuesday?
I'm not going to practice rounds.
Why not?
Hey, Paul.
Friday's the day to be there.
I had tickets to the KC and the Sunshine Band Harry gave me Friday night. That's a good show. I gave away nine of those 11 tickets. So, yep. Shake your booty.
Well, if you had
anyway,
11 free tickets, then it ain't that great of a concert. I mean,
well, from Harry,
tickets to that level.
And if you get something free from Harry, that's special. So big thing. That's a wrap in sports. That took enough time. There's a lot more important things in the news than all this nonsense. But
you think I could? You think if I faked COVID, I could stay home? You think? No.
If you want, I could hobble your ankle.
No, unless you mask the issue, they'll figure it out. Trust me.
Because my wife's definitely not watching, so we could scheme up something here on the show that I could do just to get to Beth Page on Friday and Saturday.
Tell her we need you for the live show Friday. We're going to do a live show without you that Friday night.
You're going to have to.
All right.
All right. Well, we'll have to figure it out. All right. 40 minutes past the hour.
Tell her you have to go order the pizza. That's the thing. You have to leave. You have to order the pizza. You have to pay for it.
We need pizza
Tell
Friday.
Her to make the pizza would be a better chance. But
yes.
All right. Let's do some headlines. Rick Delgado's got them. What's going on, Delgado?
All right. Well,
does anybody in the audience have a good idea how I could pull this off? Come on. Somebody give me a good idea here.
Thankfully, your wife doesn't watch the show, right?
Yeah. No.
Oh, no.
So I could try.
Mine does.
No, Damon, you're not getting out of it. Okay.
Yeah, you're not getting out of it.
Great first one.
It's your first parents' week.
your first one.
You'll only have one of these in your life.
I know, but my son's not going to care.
He's going to care.
No, he's not.
No,
he's walking around while watching all his new buddies and their dads.
He'd want to be there too, by the way.
And bond. He won't be able to bond with you if you're at the Ryder Cup.
He's
Come
like
on,
that.
man.
Let me give you my advice on kids. I've done Parents Weekend 3 times.
Send my wife and tell my son to meet me in Beth Page.
Beth Page?
And then she gets there and he's not there?
Yeah.
Aaron, that's vicious. I love it, though.
Aaron, great.
They had a field trip.
That means they'll both be locked out of the house. Good job.
You're not going to care. He's not going to care,
No, I
especially
know that.
a guy. He's a dude. He doesn't care. It's just another obligation with you being there that he has to, be involved.
Chris Allen says, Damon has no balls. Just tell her you're not going.
I love it.
You're absolutely right. Anyways, well, we don't have time now for headlines, Delgado, but you want to give me one? I mean, we'll hit the break.
Damon has no balls. And he's going to be at Parents Weekend on the weekend of the 26th. He won't be on Long Island.
He's going to try to bounce,
Ryder Cup, but Slick Rick will probably be actually there, and he doesn't even like golf. So what does that tell you?
Do you know the next time the Ryder Cup, which Scotty Scheffler and this team, having lost as many in a row, coming to the greatest public course in the world, will happen again in my lifetime? Never! That's when.
Hey, there's ESPN. You can watch highlights.
Painful. All right, 43 past the hour, live from Studio 6B. We'll do some headline news with Paul Nolan and Rick Delgado. We get back right after this.
I was telling Paul that maybe he and I will go to the Ryder Cup, Damon, and we'll send you pictures.
There's actually some funny things in the chat, but then, of course, there's some people who have no sense of humor whatsoever.
Oh, no kidding. Tonight,
oh, really?
Have to be serious? It's just amazing how angry people get at
Some
8
funny
to 10
things, though.
p.m.
They're angry.
Go to the YouTube chat. They're nice over there. Wish I can get on the Facebook, though. Facebook hates me. I just can't get on it.
Tempered wisdom in the Rumble chat with the Rumble ramp. Big No Balls D is afraid of getting beat up by another girl for $1. You know what, tempered wisdom? I think you could be right. This one won't hit him in the eye with a baseball, though.
No.
He'll just punch his teeth down his throat.
Suzette has a good idea.
Uh-oh.
But it's going to cost you $1,300.
What's that?
Talk your son into going with. Have your son talk your wife into going with you, and it's $650 for a day pass there. It's crazy how much this is going to cost.
How much? $650?
That's what I saw. The latest price was for just a walking pass. That's no tent with food or air conditioning. Nothing.
Nothing, huh?
Nada.
Walking all day. Your sunscreen on and you.
I don't know. Late September, do you really need air conditioning?
No, but it's nice.
No, and I don't need a tent either. I just need to be there so I can walk all 18.
Well, then you got $650. You're in.
Now you'll follow one group the whole day.
Well, I'll follow one group, then yeah. I mean,
what I usually do is I usually stay where the 9th, the 13th, and the 10th all meet. It's a great spot. You get 3 places to drive and two greens. It's a last row of that.
Yeah, I could never do that.
Big D's got to hit every hole.
I got to be I got to watch I got to pick one of the matches and then go watch it.
Marianne Mack in the YouTube chat. She says, Slick, do you think Scotty is another Tiger? That's a good question by Marianne Mack. Got a long way to go.
The answer is no.
Got a long way to go. John Lavoie coming in with the super chat here in the YouTube. Tell her Trump wants you to interview him at the course.
It's amazing how many people. It's amazing how many people keep saying no balls, no balls.
Oh boy.
Damon, I feel like they're calling out your manhood. You should really step
Suzanne
up.
from Amarillo.
There was a $5 super chat. Right? Is that the one you just read?
Yeah. That's the one I just read.
Cool.
To the hour, live from Studio 6B on a Wednesday night, August 27th. Glad you're in. Slick's doing sports. Delgado's going to do headlines right now, and Paul's going to do news after that. Aaron and Fran holding it down. If you're watching on Real America's Voice, welcome in. If you're listening on 103.9 LI News Radio, welcome in. Let's do some headlines, see what else is going on in the news. Rick Delgado's got them, brought to you by our friends at EternalLifeCoin.com. What's going on, Delgado?
All right. Well, the big story, of course, the deranged gunman, and I say that word correctly, gunman, Robert Westman, also known as Robin Westman, opening fire through the stainless glass windows of a church called the Annunciation Catholic School, where he attended during the celebratory back-to-school mass filled with children at around 8:30 this morning. Just hours before the cowardly massacre, Westman, 23, posted a series of twisted videos on YouTube, which included his manifesto. Minnesota Police Chief Brian O'Hara confirmed at a press conference he slaughtered 2 children and injured at least 17 others at the Catholic school in Minneapolis, and has been identified as a transgender, again with disturbing videos and showing a handwritten manifesto, and said kill Donald Trump and for the children scrawled on some of his gun magazines. I don't know if you saw this, probably not. This is a guy named Black MAGA Preacher. He posted this about the Minneapolis, not only the mayor, but Democrats and how they're reacting to this entire thing. This is cut number 9. And, just kind of giving you some of the response from the community out there. Cut number 9. Check this out.
Minneapolis mayor says this is not about thoughts and prayers, rejecting thoughts and prayers. This is the problem with the Democratic Party. They're a godless party. Most of them don't believe in God. Most of them don't believe in Jesus. Most of them don't believe in religion. And that's why this country is the way it is. And the question goes to bear, What is their solution? You know what the Democrats' solution is for gun violence and mass shooting? To take everybody's guns away. They want us to be like Europe or some of these other countries. They want you to have to give up all your weapons. So that's their answer to stop gun violence. To get rid of your Second Amendment rights so you can't defend yourself. If somebody break into your home, a criminal, because the criminals are still going to have guns because they're not legally registering guns anyway. In Chicago, you can get a gun anywhere. I used to be in the streets. I know where to get guns from, right? There are places and people who have illegal guns. So the criminals are still going to have guns, but you know who's not going to have guns? The law-abiding citizens. So when they break into your businesses and break into your home, you will be defenseless to defend yourself. But liberals will feel really good about themselves, the buyback programs and all these restrictions on guns. Most of the people that that end up doing these things, it's a mental health crisis. It's a spiritual crisis. Taking away guns is not the answer, and definitely rejecting prayers, the thought in prayers, is not the answer. But this is what happens when you have an ungodly party in power, ungodly party who doesn't believe in the things of God.
Yeah, and again, that's just one of the many people out there that are reacting to this and seeing through the garbage that we're seeing through the mainstream media, through the politicians that are trying to direct your attention away from this. One of the guys that surprises me, believe it or not, is Trey Gowdy. Former prosecutor and representative in the House from South Carolina. Listen to what he has to say. And again, Paul, we're talking about the media and how they misrepresent stuff. Listen to what his idea is and how he gets this completely wrong. Cut number 8. Check this out.
Our system is reactive. Something bad happens, we react to it. And what people are crying for now is, how can we prevent this? How can we stop it? And the only way to stop it is to identify the shooter ahead of time or keep the weapons out of their hands. And so we're going to have a conversation of freedom versus protecting children. I mean, how many school shootings does it take before we're going to have a conversation about keeping firearms out? It's always a young white male, almost always. I mean, did anyone this morning think, I wonder if that was a female? Did any of y'all think that? I mean, there's been one school shooting involving a female.
It was in Tennessee.
One.
Yeah.
Actually,
Tennessee.
there's been more than
but
that.
Other than that, it is usually young white males.
Again, he's using this platform to go after not only guns, but young white males, which, according to the stats, isn't correct, and it isn't true, especially if you look at some of the pictures of some of the people that have committed these crimes.
I saw Mike Cernovich today on Twitter say the reason that Fox is broadcasting the way they're broadcasting today is because one of the very higher ups there, maybe in HR, has a trans kid, and all the on-air personality is afraid to call this what it is because of that. I don't know if that's true.
It's easily believable.
But it certainly is easily believable, given even comments like that. Trey Gowdy. I mean, what? The conversation we should be having about guns is why we don't have somebody stationed at every one of these with one. How about that?
Yeah.
Not have a conversation with, we got to have a conversation about guns and freedom versus gun. Really?
I saw one guy post, you know what? You want to solve this problem? Get rid of 2 school administrators, replace them with armed guards. You solved your problem.
Yeah, that's the conversation to have.
Yeah.
Right about
conversation is to have more of them there, not less of them. And by the way, I'm also sick about hearing that this is all about acceptance. There's nothing about this has anything to do with acceptance. The trans, they don't want acceptance. They want control, just like the Democrat Party. They want to control your kids. They want to control your bathrooms. They want to control your sports. They want to control everything. It's about control. It's not about acceptance.
Of course. They take away your Second Amendment, you don't have your First. And you think about the crime statistics that have been brought to light. The FBI and the government have been lying about protection of gun control is being vilified. Well, meanwhile, 57% of assailants, illegal assailants, have been stopped by armed citizens. And that data is clear as a bell. We did that story on Monday. It's overly obvious that they want your guns. They want your liberty. They won't stop till they get it. No crisis goes to waste.
Yeah. And again, you make the connection. You know, the police chief there saying we're looking for a connection. The connection is simple. Mom worked at the school. He was a former student. You know, at some point,
no motive.
Yeah, at some point you have to look at the family life and be like, hey, what are you not catching here? These are your kids. If you don't know what's going on in your own home, because I don't think this guy had his own place. You know, you got to start looking at them. And I know there have been some instances where, you know, parents have been held accountable for the actions of their kids. So we'll see what happens with that.
Well, that's what I said before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's you have to start to question. Does the blame and the fault and the anger and everything stop at the shooter?
Nope. Think about how far these parents have placated this guy's delusion. Everything in their power to be their child's friend and not their parent. That's how it goes in most of these cases.
Yeah, and this state in particular. You know, you had it's Tampon Tim State. Yep. Remember, he's the governor here. He's there's plenty of video of him and other politicians, you know, championing all the trans stuff. Look at how friendly we are for trans. And
don't forget the cheerleaders in Minnesota, Vikings cheerleaders, right?
You get all the trans stuff. It's big for Minneapolis, big business. I guess. I don't know.
This was 2 days ago.
Yeah.
This is your Attorney General, Keith Ellison.
This didn't age well.
2 days ago.
44 times, and we'll sue him 44 more and 44 more after that. And we have sued him for gender affirming care. Yes, we are not going to scapegoat our transgender community. And we have sued him to stand up for medical research nationally.
Yeah.
2 days ago.
Nice job.
All right, live from Studio 6B, Hour 2. Man, that was quick. Hour 2 coming back right after this.
Up another creamer. We have two. So we have two now. When you run out of that one, we got back up.
I want to know the audience. I'm not a big Trey Gowdy guy. I think he's just another one of those rhinos who'll just do and say anything his handlers tell him to say just so he can stay on TV.
He was an attorney. Wasn't he an attorney, Trey Gowdy? He was an attorney at one time or something.
I'm just curious. Do you guys trust Trey Gowdy? 1, you trust him. 2, you don't trust him. I would just love to know. You know, I was talking to my cousin who's in security. He was an anti-crime cop, burly, big back SOB, great guy. And his friend was trying to get him to do security a couple weeks ago at a Christian school, and he said, "You got 2 guards here and they're unarmed." Because what are you doing?
It's crazy.
This is a conversation he had almost 2 weeks ago. Because I can't take this job. I can't carry my weapon here. What's the point of having armed guards? I'm not going to come in here.
No way.
Is that crazy?
Sitting duck.
He called me today to tell me. He's like, I can't believe this is.
And look what happened.
It's unbelievable.
I mean, literally sitting ducks.
So 1, you trust him. 2, he's a disappointment. Yeah,
a lot of
said, Jersey
all
girl.
2s. Wow.
It's all 2s. He's a clown. He's just another one of those rhino clowns.
For every one, I see at least 20 2s, Paul. Maybe more.
I love our audience. This is great. It's such an awake audience.
What was the question?
I asked 1, do you trust Gowdy? 2, you don't. I've been disgusted by him for as long as I can remember. He's starting to look like Malvoy from
Yeah. But no, you know what? Early on when he was in the house, he had this is good.
Hopeful.
And it never went anywhere.
Never went anywhere.
Jersey girl, Trey, is a big disappointment.
That's exactly right.
Cat Space says, we can't stand Trey Gowdy.
Maria Lynch has a slew of 2.
Brian Belford says 3. I don't know.
I do not know it.
Yeah, there are, without a doubt, Gentle Giant. So many disappointments. That's why I say the Rhinos are worse
The 2s
than
are
the
like
Liberals.
fire, Paul. I mean, it's 2s across the board.
Yeah, people are on to Gowdy.
Hey, Rav family and War Room Posse, mark your calendar. September 12th and 13th, the Rebels, Rogues, and Outlaws Tour is coming to the America First Warehouse.
I have never seen anything like this.
2 unforgettable days filled with patriots, barbecue, and live shows straight from the most amazing place, the America First Warehouse. Get ready for a special guest to be announced, plus a 3-hour live episode of Studio 6B.
And we're just going to go do it.
On the 12th, Steve Bannon will host War Room Live at 5 p.m. And Steve will be back again on the 13th. Woo! Followed by 1 hour with Peter Navarro.
I went to prison, so you won't have to.
You won't want to miss this. The Rebels, Rogues, and Outlaws Tour. September 12th and 13th at the America First Warehouse. Save the date and scan the QR code now to let us know you're coming.
Mr. Nolan thinks I'm trying to take over the world. He might be right. Put him back in Damon's trunk.
All right, Bill, thanks very much.
Well.
Kind of ironic.
Hour 2, 9 o'clock on the East Coast. Real America's Voice. I heard the president got together with him. I don't know what that was about. Hour 2, live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice, 103.9 LI News Radio. Glad you're in, whether you're watching or listening on a Wednesday. Slick's doing sports. Sports is brought to you by MyPillow. We'll do some more here coming up in a second. Rick Delgado's got the greatest headlines in the world. We'll do more of those here, brought to you by our friends at Eternal Life Coin. But right now, let's do some news with Mr. Nolan. Paul Nolan is here. Mr. Nolan, what's on your mind?
Well, you couldn't have queued up that soundbite any better.
I love that
because
one.
Here's what we got. Gates Foundation severs ties with Arabella Advisors, delivering a significant blow to the liberal dark money group. If you guys don't know much about this group, they pump as much money as USAID through NGOs, through all kinds of scam fronts on charity groups. And they are a very bad organization. As you had mentioned, Trump had been meeting with Gates. You really wonder what kind of leverage Trump had put on him, and this could be one of it. Liberal billionaire Bill Gates Foundation has stopped contributing funds controlled by the consulting firm Arabella Advisors, delivering a major blow to the progressive dark money network. The Gates Foundation, the largest charitable foundation in the United States, decided in late June to freeze its long-standing grants to the nonprofit administered by Arabella. This is the New York Times reporting this. And the foundation has dispersed and pledged around $450 million to Arabella-managed funds over the past 15 or 16 years, making it easily its largest source of support. The foundation move comes as Donald Trump has taken aim at some Democrat nonprofits for abusing their tax-exempt status by operating as partisan political machines rather than genuine charities. Gates announced earlier that this year that he will permanently shutter the Gates Foundation way ahead of time, but not until 2045. So anyway, this is a group that has done a lot of damage to America. They've been involved in so many of these, like Black Lives Matter. They've pumped a ton of money into the D.C. crime crackdown. They've put money into all kinds of lobbying groups, election boards, judges. So this is a group that needs to be slowed down and exposed. And this does tie in, Delgado, to what Mike Benz has been reporting, that apparently everybody USAID on the way out changed and encrypted passwords and all the data that led to so many of their dark money funnels and channels. So apparently, Tulsi and the people on the inside are cracking those codes. And apparently,
did they think they wouldn't?
Yeah, apparently
you're talking about military intelligence being unleashed and being like, "Oh, we're going to figure this out." Don't worry.
Yeah, and it really does look like they were able to really tie a lot of these deep state players to one another. So, again, like maybe we could stay a little hopeful that this is all part of the bigger plan to take down so many of the swamp creatures who have been absolutely disgusting to American sovereignty.
Oh, you're talking about Gates himself? Because I mean, he's got his fingers in all sorts of things, including entities run by the Chinese Communist Party.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, without a doubt. He's tied in with so many levels. And look, that's what like that deep state was. It was like, how do we subvert all American industry, outsource it to China? We'll stay rich. We'll completely deconstruct the middle class of America. And with a deconstructed, broken-hearted middle class, we could erode the Constitution and we could erode all liberty. And once America falls, the whole nation will be under one United Nations Constitution. But
yeah, and don't forget his contribution to medical science. Oh, that's right, there was none.
Yeah,
he's responsible for a lot of death.
Yeah, ask the kids of India who've been maimed by him. So here's one of the weirdest stories. I'll get into it quick, but Frontier, the carbon removal clearinghouse founded by Google, Stripe, Shopify, and others, announced that it's buying 115,000 metric tons of carbon removal credits for a geoengineering startup worth $31 million. Frontier has decided that they will pump over $100 million worth of and metric tons of alkalinity into the oceans to make the ocean more alkaline. I mean, what these people think they're doing, playing God with a marine life, this is like the same as the geoengineering. These people are psychopaths. This is happening. This is a real deal thing. And the fact that they're going to use endless amounts of magnesium hydroxide into the oceans as if they're going to change the pH of the ocean from 8.2 down to 8.1 is just absolute lunacy. And it's just another one of their green energy scams, and somebody's getting rich off this while they mess with our oceans and tell us that we're to blame. So I don't know if you want to comment on that, Delgado, but these psychopaths have to be stopped.
Well, you see a lot of the scientists that have been, canceled when they spoke out about this stuff, or now they're starting to come back into focus. And all the things that they said, because it's all nonsense. They're talking about, carbon dioxide, you can't have, it's 0.0 whatever of the atmosphere, but they think that's going to control. Yeah. They never talk about the sunspots, sunspot activity. They don't talk about radiation. They don't talk about the Earth itself, the core of the Earth, where let's face it, volcanoes emit way more garbage, nonsense, carbon, whatever you want into the atmosphere than basically anything. And now, have you heard? Oh, that's right. Cows aren't that bad anymore.
Yeah,
they've reversed their thinking on cows because the science is finally being looked at, and they're like cow farts aren't bad.
Yeah,
actually, they're probably pretty positive for the environment.
Yeah, I mean, Earth has a way of healing itself, and it's got a natural homeostasis that keeps it running. And as George Collins said, Mother Earth is going to flick us all off like fleas whenever it wants.
Exactly.
But this is all about carbon credits. This is all about a new way to tax you on a global level. Yep. It's another way to steal your money. Sure. So every time you decide to eat a steak or drive your car, you got to pay a carbon tax. And that's really what this whole nonsense is about. So
Last time I checked, I wasn't great in science, but or math or without carbon dioxide, we'd all be dead.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
They don't want to acknowledge that.
Yeah, let's reduce it.
And the fact that they're like,
don't get all technical on us, D.
The fact that we want to save the planet, we need more plants and trees. Guess what?
Carbon dioxide. There you go.
Trees, need carbon dioxide.
Yeah.
Plants need carbon dioxide. Little thing they didn't bother talking about.
I just wonder if this is Trump's way of saying stop leveraging all your money and all your nonsense to all these heinous, groups. And I'll lay off you on your Epstein connections. I just wonder if
I thought they were going to get together to talk about vaccines, quite frankly.
They probably talked about that, too. I can't believe how dirty Gates' hands are. I wouldn't be surprised if they talked about a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, thanks, Paul. We'll get to more news with Paul here in a second. RFK Jr., the CDC director today, out.
Yep.
Ooh.
And the word is it's over vaccines.
Yep.
Another CDC person I saw this afternoon, out.
Several out.
Oof.
And then I saw in Just the News,
and they signed a tersely worded
RFK
letter.
Jr., FDA rescinds emergency use authorization for COVID-19 vaccines. The emergency use authorization for COVID vaccines, once used to justify broad mandates on the general public during the Biden administration, are now rescinded, Health and Human Services Secretary Robert Kennedy Jr. said. Which you have to wonder why it took this long. But at least it's done in small steps. Although the president the other day talking about Operation Warp Speed still is the greatest thing ever, the greatest thing he's ever done. So, but another good step here, and I would assume this is what all the CDC people are up all their panties in a twist about.
Yeah,
and why they're
because it affects their own personal bottom line. They're all tied in with these.
This is what happens when
companies.
you lose the health cartel loses their grip on everybody a little bit. This is what happens.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you see the I forget what the doctor group. Some doctor group is like, going against the CDC about vaccines. Why? Because doctors make a lot of money from the health insurance companies if they tick off a number of how many, basically, if all of their patients are fully vaccinated. You got to get the full vaccination. And then they get major bumps in terms of money. Some of them double their salaries. So if they're making $500,000 or they're making $1 million, they just doubled it. And again, it's a sickness that it has to be addressed. You have to go at these companies and be like, what are you doing incentivizing doctors to make sure that people are vaccinated? Maybe they don't want to be. You want to take a good look at how vaccination is doing? Look at the Amish. They don't have nearly the problems that the vaccinated human being population has.
I mean,
why?
And throughout their whole life, they have fraction of the problems. I mean, these vaccines are almost as if they're meant to make you sick, so you have to buy more of their dope. Right. Why does a baby need a hepatitis C? In case your 6-month-old goes to Vegas and sleeps with a hooker?
Yeah.
I mean, what is it? A hepatitis C for a baby?
It's amazing.
That's crazy.
But no. They'll say, well, they're living longer now because of, modern medicine. No, they're living longer because people aren't working 80-hour work weeks and working farms and working dangerous jobs and working, in poor conditions like they did 100, 200 years ago. That's the major contributor to most longer living people is that, not the medicine. It can be a little bit here and there is fine. But when you're talking about what people used to be put through just to survive, that's why they only lived to 50, because they lived very hard lives before modernization made life a whole lot easier. So, but don't get me started. It's just my opinion. What do I know?
All right, 12 minutes past the hour, live from Studio 6B on a Wednesday night, August 27th. We'll do more sports. Headlines with Delgado. Got a couple things I want to get to as well. More news from Paul Nolan, Aaron and Fran holding it down. On a Wednesday night, more to do. We're glad you're here. We're back right after this.
YouTubester Adam Hoffman has a good one for you, Big D, an excuse for the Ryder Cup. He said, slip disc, Damon, fake it. Give it the old slip disc. Was that a Honeymooners episode when he said he was going to throw his back out to play golf and his wife caught him? Oh, man.
What do I got? Oh, and then we got TWC in the house, huh? Oh.
Susan Shireen says, Damon, you look very tired this morning. You look a lot better now. Oh, he's had 8 cups of coffee.
I wasn't on this morning.
Oh.
That's why it looks tired?
Yeah, you look tired because it wasn't me you were watching.
Maybe that was yesterday's news. That's why I look tired.
That's why I look tired, because it wasn't me.
Juicy IP, Slick, hello to you tonight. Hi, Juicy IP. How you doing? How you doing? Juicy IP.
You can have them.
PHX Gidget, nice shirt, Paul. On the YouTubes. Lori Mute, 737. It's hepatitis B vaccine, Paul Nolan. Oh, got a nurse getting on you there.
I don't mind that. Just a joke.
I keyed.
For entertainment's sake only.
Yeah, well, that's what this whole show is, but, you know. Behind the scenes, we really don't like.
By the way, when my mom was in the hospital, the nurses there, they are so fantastic at their jobs. Every minute of every day, people are in pain and agony, and they just keep on, keeping on.
Oh, God. What an idiot. Let me talk to you about our friends at, Birch Gold.
Oh.
I got it. Is the continued divide between Trump and the Federal Reserve putting us behind the curve again? Well, a lot going on at the Fed. You think the Fed can take the right action at the right time, or are we going to be looking at a potential economic slowdown? And what does it mean for your savings, most importantly? Well, consider diversifying with gold through our friends at the Birch Gold Group. And then you won't have to worry about all this nonsense and whatever mess they find their way into. Because for decades, gold has been viewed as a safe haven in times of economic stagnation, global uncertainty, and high inflation. And Birch Gold makes it incredibly easy for you to diversify some of your savings into gold. If you have an IRA or an old 401k, you can convert those into a tax-sheltered IRA in physical gold. Or you could just buy some gold to keep in your safe. That's not a bad idea either. First, get educated. Slick, you look like someone who would have gold in their safe. On the walls and other places. President Trump loves gold. He's got a lot of gold in the Oval Office.
Are you kidding me?
I'm more of a platinum guy, though.
I don't think he has a gold toilet bowl, that guy.
Yeah. But first thing you got to do is get educated. Birch Gold will send you a free information kit on gold. Just text the word America. It's all you got to do. It's so simple. Just text the word America to the number 989898. Just take your phone, type in America, and send it to 989899. Hit send. Boom. Gone. Done. You get that right there. Birch Gold information kit, and you'll see if it's right for you. All you have to do is text the word America to 989898. Consider diversifying a portion of your savings into gold. That way, if the Fed can't stay ahead of the curve for the country, well, you can stay ahead of your own curve for yourself. So let our friends from Birch Gold help you out. Text America to the number 989898. 19 past the hour, live from Studio 6B on a Wednesday night. Real America's Voice on your televisions, 103.9 LI News Radio on your radio, all across Long Island. Glad you're in as well. Slick, let's do some sports. Sports is brought to you by Mike Lindell LFS6B is the promo code to use if you want to shop at MyPillow or at My Store. Don't forget about mystore.com. It's where you can get great coffee and great other things that Mike has for sale. So mystore.com, mypillow.com, LFS6B at checkout. Slickster, what's going on?
Does My Store sell printers, Big D?
No, but if they did, I would have bought it from him instead of from Amazon. But
hey, can you tell your son to save the box for me, by the way?
Amazon. No, absolutely not. I will not do anything of the sort.
What do you want, a suitcase out of it? It's gonna be a suitcase.
What are you going to do? Move your clothes from home to the cleaners or something with it? No.
He's going to put wheels on it.
Yeah, exactly. Transform it into who knows what.
Exactly.
Where's your? Oh yeah, there it is. Oh God.
Oh, that box is unbelievable. Somebody called him Del Ghetto in the chat one night. I heard that one. Somebody in the chat called him Del Ghetto.
All right, let's do some sports, Slick. What's going on?
Well, serious story here, boys. Fan threatens to murder Red Sox pitcher's dog after loss to Yankees.
What?
Dylan Gwynn of Breitbart. Yeah, a deranged fan threatened to kill the dog of Red Sox pitcher Dustin May in response to a social media post by the pitcher's wife. May's wife Amelia shared an Instagram story that contained a picture of the couple's dog along with a message from an account called Dustin May Will Die, which read, "I'll cook this dog for dinner."
Come on.
The threatening note came after May allowed 5 runs in the Red Sox loss to the Yankees on August 24th. Now, if this was the Mets, I would say Frank the Tank might have had something to do with it.
Frank wouldn't.
He wouldn't even stoop that low.
No,
You're
he
right.
just stays to it himself.
Well, the menacing message toward May and his pet marks only the most recent example of a disturbing trend in which Red Sox players have faced death threats or threats of harm after loss. They take their baseball seriously up there at the Green Monster. Boston reliever Liam Hendricks and his wife received death threats after a bad outing against the Mets in May. While the passion of Red Sox fans is well known, Red Sox starter Luis Giolito believes there's a different cause for the recent spats of threats: gambling. Giolito raised the issue with MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred and spoke about it on an episode on the Baseball Isn't Boring podcast. I asked him about something that has been on my mind this year that's been a little worrisome for me with the rise of sports betting. The access that exists now with social media and everything, Giolito said. The threats when a player doesn't perform well, threats to their family, threats to their lives, it's getting very tiring. I worry for guys that are maybe new to the league and aren't ready for something like that. May was a trade deadline acquisition from the Dodgers. In his 4 starts in Boston, he's 2-2 with a 4.50 ERA. So very serious story. I mean, who the heck wants to see that on their social media? A threat to their family or their dog or anything? That's disgusting.
Stupid.
It's disgusting. So I don't know, Big D. What do you think? You think it's gambling? You just think it's a deranged, crazy, lunatic fan that's pissed off that they lost to the Yankees?
It could be both.
Could be both.
I mean, most people who gamble do not take it as they should as entertainment, and you should be risking the money that you're willing to lose as if you were going to go to dinner some night. And unfortunately, they didn't build Vegas from guys winning. And most people don't treat it the way they should. Gambling is a sport for rich people to lose their money or for people to have some entertainment. Nothing else. People go into it thinking they're going to win, and then they blame everybody but themselves. It's just a disaster.
Yeah. And
by the way, the proliferation of it, it's in every aspect of our lives now. It is easily accessible, unfortunately, to even kids.
Yep.
Who are under the age of who should be doing it. And again, you wonder where the parents are.
Yeah.
And it's like everything else.
I mean, what did George Orwell say? Football, beer, and above all, gambling filled up the horizon of their minds. To keep them in control was not difficult. That was from 1984, quote from the movie. Book.
And Bill Belichick, Jordan Hudson Company files for gold digger trademark. Warner Todd Houston of Breitbart. Former NFL coach Bill Belichick's 24-year-old girlfriend appears to be attempting to trademark the phrase gold digger and is planning to launch a line of merchandise to capitalize on it. She must be talking to Vin Buda. It isn't clear if one could trademark such a common phrase, but Jordan Hudson is taking a shot at it, according to TMZ Sports. The woman, barely out of college, has been taking heat for her relationship with 73-year-old Belichick, with many accusing her of being more interested in the former NFL GOAT coach's cash than his heart. However, it now appears she is attempting to capitalize on the accusation through her official filing with the United States Patent and Trademark Office. TMZ reported that TCE Rights Management, LLC, filed for a trademark on Gold Digger on August 25th and claims to be interested in using the phrase to sell jewelry, trinkets, and other merchandise. Obviously, Bill Belichick's getting ready to command the Tar Heels, so he'll be part of the odds makers, Big D. But look out for the gold digger symbol.
I don't buy it at all in this day and age. Have you seen the numbers of some of these girls who have put themselves on some of these sites? What they make?
Yeah.
There's some girl out there. I forget what her name is. Sophie something or other.
I saw the video today. I know what you're going to say.
She made $83 million last year on her OF.
What?
Yeah.
That's more than LeBron James.
That's more than any NFL player.
That's more than most professional athletes. So the girls today, if they so desire that they think that they want to use their, and they're going to, I mean, I wouldn't want my daughter doing it, obviously.
No, of course
not. And as a father, I would make sure. But these girls today know that they can pick up their phone with nothing else than their phone.
Right.
And if they're decent looking or they just want to partake, they can make not thousands, millions.
83 million.
Have you seen what they're doing with
You don't
the
need to go
AI
chase
programs?
Bill Belichick down to North Carolina to make a lot of money. And she's a good-looking girl, last time I remember looking at her.
Yeah.
AI can now create a woman to do all the things that the, we can call them prostitutes, right? The prostitutes on OnlyFans were making $83 million. Now they have AI machines that can do it for them, and they're never going to need the girls again either. So they'll cut out the middleman, which is the actual girl.
26 past the hour, live from Studio 6B. We're back right after this.
850 million. I'm taking.
What time can you buy Powerball tickets until?
I think they close it way before 10, so it might be closing it shortly. I know you can't buy them after 10.
What?
You can't. Well, the Powerball ticket. When is the drawing? It's not tonight.
10:59.
Is 10:59 tonight?
I think it cuts off at 9.
Yeah, it's like 9:30 or something like that.
Let's see.
Oh, the drawing is.
Come on. It's a joke.
And the mega is 277, I think. So that's not.
What time can you buy Powerball tickets?
So you get $850 after lump sum and taxes. You walk out with about $18 million.
The cutoff time to buy Powerball tickets depends on your location, but it's typically 1 to 2 hours before the 10:59 p.m. Eastern time drawing.
Yeah. You might be able to.
Florida, New York is 10 o'clock.
Okay.
All right, I got to go. You guys have a good rest of your show.
Pimp-o-matic.
Go down to Tim Horton over there. Horton, here's a hoop.
Her name is Sophie Rain.
Oh, okay.
Sophie Rain, the girl who made $83 million last year.
83 million.
That's a lot of coin. With no cost, right? You have no.
All right, we'll do Dr. McCullough here, and then we'll do headlines with Delgado, and then we'll get back to Paul, and then we'll wrap with sports, and that should take us to the end.
What's up, Christy? That was a good one.
Any super chats? I don't see a lot of super chats tonight. A couple early ones. That was it.
We got our man James Reed. Boom.
You guys should play some classic rock when you cut to commercials. Well, we don't have a license to do that, so we play what we can.
She sold her soul.
She sold her soul. Yeah, well, they all have.
I play what I want to, and you will like it.
Nice.
You'll get nothing.
David, you should be able to buy the ticket online. Oh, Paul, why don't you look that up? Powerball tickets online. Can we buy them online?
You can buy them online, yeah.
Paul, let's go in. If we win, we'll give Slick and Delgado at least $5 each.
Wow.
Aaron,
Aaron,
you're special. You get at
That's
least
the most
25.
generosity I've seen in a long time. Yeah.
25. Friend gets 100. Well, because he's
if
he's been with Harry for a lot longer.
If we win $840 million, we're only giving him $100,000.
$100.
That.
All right, 30 minutes past the hour, live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice, all across the country on your television, 103.9 LI News Radio, all across Long Island, New York. Glad you're in. Slick's doing sports. Delgado's going to do some more headlines here in a second. Paul Nolan's got some more news as well. Aaron and Fran holding it down as always on a Wednesday. More news to get to. But right now, please welcome back to the show the Chief Scientific Officer from the Wellness Company, our friend Dr. Peter McCullough. Dr. McCullough, welcome back. How are you?
Thank you.
Well, I got to start with some of the news of the day, and that is over at the CDC. And there's a lot of resignations going on today, and including the director. And I was reading one of the people who works there put their resignation letter on, and one of the paragraphs says, "I'm unable to serve in this environment that treats CDC as a tool to generate policies and materials that do not reflect scientific reality and are designed to hurt rather than to improve the public's health." And I go back to 2020, 21, 22, and think about what happened in this country. And I'm thinking maybe this person wasn't there, but what are you talking about? Do not reflect scientific reality. Nothing reflected reality back then. What do you think about what's going on today?
Yeah, I think a lot of this is this philosophical divide, and many have tendered their resignations. Now, the acting director and the full director for a few months was Susan Monterez. I had a chance to meet her. She seemed reasonable. She was pretty quiet. She didn't, make any strong statements one way or the other. But I think now there's just a philosophical house cleaning, and a new group will come in and I think give a much better fair balance, certainly to the issue of vaccine safety. And, my big problem with the CDC currently is they, need to have a fire lit underneath them about the autism epidemic. They're doing nothing to investigate this.
RFK Jr. at the cabinet meeting yesterday, I think it was yesterday, they were on for about 4 hours, said that he thought he may have some news on that come September, October. Does that seem unbelievably fast to have any kind of, I don't know what he's talking about coming out with, but what I don't know if you heard him say that, but what would be your guess on what he would know this quickly about it?
Well, the CDC has an autism network, a 16-center network. There have been a lot of analyses, from other studies around the country. And I think what's going to happen is the settlement here, or the distilling of the information, will conclude that excessive vaccination given in big combinations is probably a risk factor for autism, like premature delivery and older parents. And that's going to now immediately begin an evaluation of the childhood vaccine schedule.
Yeah. President Trump, I think in the cabinet meeting also talked about stockpiling critical prescription drugs. He talked about the shortage. He talked about why we need to be on top of it, what obviously an emergency it is. Is this something every American should be doing as well?
I think they should to some degree. Anybody who, high blood pressure, diabetes, other problems, there's a way to do it. The Wellness Company, we have our own pharmacy, so patients can get memberships, the middle and higher level, get free prescription drugs. I do that myself. So it's a great way to stock up. You can get 3 months at a time. And then through our emergency medical kits, getting the critical antibiotics, antivirals, corticosteroids, other drugs there. I think it's a reasonable idea. We need to bring generic pharmaceutical manufacturing back to the United States. It's a national security issue. And I think Trump's made some good steps in that direction.
If you spend enough time online, you see a lot of things, and some of them are from people with their title says doctor, and it's about you got to do this cleanse or that cleanse, and then you got to do this, and they step you through these threads. You read these threads are like 9, 10 threads long. But when people think about things like we've talked about in this show, like ivermectin or anti-parasitic drugs, or thinking about their bodies, who should be thinking about doing some kind of anti-parasitic cleanse? Is there a certain age group that should be looking at that, or is it everybody? Who should be really worried about something like that?
Yeah, I honestly think it's risk-based. Frequent travelers, Mexico, Central America, Asia, Africa, sushi eaters is another one. You guys could be sushi eaters. We eat a lot of, and it always says on the menu, be wary of ingesting raw or undercooked meat or fish. And now, the first cases of human screwworm have been described in the United States. And that's where there's a wound down in the legs or in the back, and you can't tend to it. And then one of these flies lays the eggs, and then these worms that are pretty big begin to eat the flesh. And they have to be surgically removed. Early on, it can be killed by ivermectin. But there's enough out there that I think everybody ought to consider getting one of the parasite cleanse kits from the wellness company. It's actually just a dispensed canister. It's a good idea to have this on hand.
You can go to twc.health/voice, twc.health/voice. We're talking with Dr. Peter McCullough, of course, who's the Chief Scientific Officer at the Wellness Company. And finally, let me ask you, Dr. McCullough, I saw a headline, I think it was out of Australia, and it was one of these where they just couldn't figure out why they were seeing all these cancers. You see this word turbo cancer, and the headline was like, what's going on in Australia? Young men, all of these, in the last 5 years, all of a sudden we're seeing all this turbo cancer. So the term turbo cancer, is that a proper term to be using? And is this something related to, obviously, the vaccines that we've seen distributed in the last 5 years in this country and across the world?
It's an appropriate term when we see a cancer that's far more rapidly developing and more aggressive. The histology appears, the cells appear to be very aggressive. A good example would be Deion Sanders. He had turbo cancer of the bladder. Remember, he was heavily vaccinated, had vaccine blood clots, and now a vaccine turbo cancer. I saw a patient today with vaccine turbo cancer of the uterus. Thankfully, the uterus was removed quickly and it didn't spread. I mean, now's the time to be vigilant. We don't know if it's the infection or the vaccines or both. I can tell you there are some studies now that are finding the vaccine and the spike protein from the vaccine right in the cancer. It's right at the scene of the crime.
Wow. We're speaking with Dr. Peter McCullough. Again, you can go to twc.health/voice, twc.health/voice. Use promo code VOICE at checkout. Dr. McCullough, always appreciate you giving us a few moments of your time. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Dr. Peter McCullough from the Wellness Company. Go to twc.health/voice, twc.health/voice. 37 past the hour, live from Studio 6B. Let's do some headline news. Rick Delgado's got it. Delgado, what's going on?
All right, Damon. Well, this coming from John Solomon's Just the News. Months after probing Clinton's server, seems like James Comey's FBI had its own private email issue as well, according to memos that have just been recently declassified, show investigators found former Director Comey's chief of staff used a private email account, just like Hillary, in furtherance of his undisclosed disclosures to the news. You know, those leaks that he was going to get to the bottom of, he was responsible for? Well, it turns out he was actually having them done by using an unsupported server and using a private email address. Here's John Solomon talking about it with Steve Bannon earlier today. Here's cut number 3, John Solomon talking about James Comey. Check this out.
Right in the period of time when James Comey's FBI is investigating Hillary Clinton's classified email scandal, her improper use of a private server to move classified secrets and do government business, he closed down that investigation. Now, he knows all the liabilities about it because he talked about it at a press conference. And a few months later, he's working on a leak machine to go after Donald Trump and use the media to dirty up Donald Trump. And his inner circle are using, I'm not making this up, private email to facilitate the leak. And the investigators, after Comey's fired, discover this. And they're like, wait a second, his chief of staff took a piece of information from the FBI system, moved it to the private email so he could facilitate an unauthorized leak to the media. They try to investigate it, and they can't get the U.S. Attorney's Office under Donald Trump, nonetheless, under Jeff Sessions, under Bill Barr, under Rod Rosenstein. They can't even get permission to obtain that the records from that email account and investigate it thoroughly. And like all the other known crimes and known abuses in government, it gets shut down without a penalty. But of all the people to be having people around him using private email to create government business or to facilitate leaks, James Comey should have been the last. And there he is with his team doing the very thing that he was condemning at a podium a few months earlier when he gave the magic pass to Hillary Clinton. So that's the latest revelation.
Yeah, so there you have it. The memos are the latest evidence that the FBI agents on the front lines had serious concerns about the illegal leaks and abuse of classified information involving major figures in D.C. like Comey. Now, of course, that also includes Senator Adam Schiff, the Democrat out of California, and, of course, Hillary Clinton. The efforts at investigating were reportedly thwarted, as you can tell there by John Solomon's reporting of that story.
I mean, it's just, exactly. When you think you're untouchable, you're that arrogant and that you come out there and give that speech on her on July 2nd of 2016 or 15, whatever it was, saying that no reasonable prosecutor, rewriting the statute that she obviously violated when he changed the terminology on what she did, and then you're doing it a little time later, with just no regard for it at all, because who's gonna
call you out?
Who's gonna do anything?
Yeah. James Comey is investigating Hillary. They were partners in crime all through Whitewater. For God. I mean, they've been running scams together forever. Hey guys, guess what? They got me.
What did you say, Paul? Once you said it's like the.
It's like asking John Gotti to investigate the Gambinos.
Yeah. Hey.
I mean,
over Sunday dinner.
There's just no low with these people that we're now learning. There's just no low.
Definitely not. In other news, Damon, speaking of low, Washington, D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser.
Oh, credit to her today.
Yeah, turns out after all her hemming and hawing and sucking up to the people on the left, she decided to have a little press conference in which she gushed over President Trump's crackdown on crime in the Capitol.
Yes, she
earlier
did.
today, touting an 87% decrease in some crucial crime stats. Here she is, her own words, cut number 2. Check this out.
We greatly appreciate the surge of officers that enhance what MPD has been able to do in this city. The most significant thing that we are highlighting today is the area of crime that was most troubling for us in 2023. Now, we have driven it down over the last years, but I'm going to get my glasses so I can make sure.
There you go. That's
correctly.
Now.
But for carjacking, the difference between this period, this 20-day period of this federal surge, and last year represents a 87% reduction in carjackings in Washington, D.C. We know that when carjackings go down, when the use of gun goes down, when homicide or robbery go down, neighborhoods feel safer and are safer.
Wow.
So this surge has been important to us for that reason.
Why does she have to read when crime goes down, we feel safer? Why does she have to actually read that?
Just to piggyback that, national polls are showing that 53% of Democrats agree with Trump's crackdown on crime, and we know that's more, probably like 70%.
Oh, yeah.
And even Hochul is kissing Trump's tuchus.
Hey, at least she said it. No one, you're not going to hear that from Pritzker or Hochul or anyone else or Westmore or.
No, Hochul's.
You won't hear them from anybody.
No, Hochul was.
But she's not,
Buffalo Mafia.
She's not giving
Trump
credit.
Trump. Not Trump credit.
She's going after the judges. Judges got to do their job.
Yeah.
All right, shut up, stupid. because it comes with a picture.
Oh, you gotta have the visual.
Oh man, I used to live.
I got one story left. I mean, we kind of covered
Good one.
everything.
I
I mean, I have several, but we don't have enough time. Oh, I got to show the audience the hole in my head.
Oh, is it grown in? Let me see.
Can you see
No,
it?
still looks terrible. Still looks awful.
Alex.
Yeah, it's okay. If you
Getting
like
it. Maybe
holes
by
in your
Friday.
head.
Maybe by Friday night, it'll be looking good. Just don't wear a blue shirt.
I was after I did it, I was inches away from just giving myself a crew cut.
Oh gosh,
I haven't done that in a long time.
you probably have a good head shape for that. Actually, you have a good head shape for a crew cut.
Oh yeah, what happened with the tickets? Did you look that up?
You know what? If he shaves his head, though,
I started and then I
We
forgot.
could be rich tonight.
he'll look like he's in Breaking Bad.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
How
got
many
to
we
sign
gonna
up though. I picked one number. You pick a number.
What?
You pick one number.
Oh God, you're gonna be.
You don't even know what to do.
10 o'clock. You're closing up
I've
here.
never done it
Dude, you
before.
gotta,
got
you gotta
15
do
minutes.
you gotta
I'm
do
gonna
a quick
go on
pick.
record
Leaving
as
money on the
saying
table here.
Quick pick.
I have never
You
once
picked the
bought a
number
lot.
9?
Yeah,
Just the interest
But lucky
alone.
number.
All right, I'm going to pick all my roulette numbers, okay?
yeah. Do whatever you want.
22, 24.
He hired somebody to walk his
Okay,
dog.
11, 22, 24,
Now I know your password for your phone.
28.
Dude, that's his high school locker combination.
Wait, why am I done? You only pick 5? That's not right.
Oh.
Is it only 5?
He's picking.
And you got to get the Powerball,
Oh,
the
my
Mega
goodness.
Ball, the
Oh my goodness,
the
you
Mega
guys are gonna miss
Playa.
out.
Right, it's
You
not
guys are gonna miss
Go
out.
back then. Powerball. Look,
Is it 5 and then
80. I picked this one over there.
850?
But I have
I
never
stink.
ever once bought
Let's
a
just
lottery
do 5
ticket.
quick picks, Paul.
Go
Why
for
don't you
it.
just go to the gas station across the street?
Because he ain't going to make it.
He could make it.
Oh, if he leaves like you mean, you forget. As soon as the show's over, dog, he just runs out the door.
Really?
That reminds me of a
Really?
book.
He's always first.
Reminds me of a book I once read called 50
Are you
Steps to
signed
the
up for
Outhouse.
this?
No, I never did, like I said.
We're not going to get it done in time.
Forget it.
Hear that book,
You guys
Rick?
are going to miss out on $850 million because I know the first time you did it,
One
you
of
guys
those
hit it.
numbers. I don't even want to see what the numbers are. All right, 13 to the hour live from Studio 6B. Me and Paul have decided that we're 850 million is not high enough. We're going to wait for it to get to $1 billion. Then we're going to get
just
our
might.
tickets.
Then you'll
'Cause
take it
We're not
serious.
going to get any tickets tonight.
Right.
So
Yeah, when it's $1 billion, the one-time buyout's like $60.
I bought my I bought my ticket in the 7-Eleven. The guy's name on his tag, Karma.
That's funny. When I bought
That's
mine,
amazing.
the guy's name was.
that's not good. Come on.
Come on, Paul.
How much was your ticket, Slick?
It was $7 for
All
the
right, me and Paul.
$7.
Can we,
Yeah, well, they
can
wanted
we
one
go in
ticket?
with you?
Yeah, what's that?
Can we all go in on the ticket?
Listen, if I win that $850 million,
Yeah.
you guys will never have to work again. We're gonna,
Oh, look at that.
I'm gonna
Look at
invest
that.
all
'Cause
my money.
he's gonna
I'm gonna
fire
buy.
you.
I'm gonna buy new cameras here.
Look at the Slickster.
I'm gonna do the whole bit. No, we're not gonna even.
All
have
right,
it.
Slickster.
I'm gonna
So
take care of
seriously,
you guys.
if I want, let's say
You're
the
retired.
buyout's, let's say the buyout's 350 right there, right? That's what you get.
Yeah.
I
Paul, the
honestly,
interest alone.
I will be dead within 3 weeks.
That long? I'm telling you.
Wow, you can make it 3 weeks, Paul.
How much would you, if I win, I would give you $1 million.
That would get out of here.
What?
The interest alone,
$1 million,
dude.
$1
You
million?
couldn't spend the
I
money.
give everybody here at least $1 million.
Paul, you couldn't spend the money. The interest alone on 350 is insane.
Paul, we'd be on a G6.
350 is not what it used to be.
Right. And you know what? The interest.
We'd be on a G6
If
to
you
the
think-
Bellagio
Yeah,
so
Paul, you're right.
fast.
If you think your 0.3% on your passbook savings account is going to cut, it's like, I think you're a little. You haven't been to a bank in a while.
That Sarah OnlyFans, she'll catch up to you in 4 years. She'll be at
I know every single person in the YouTube chat would get paid too.
Oh, wow. Wow, look at that.
I'd be giving it away
okay.
everywhere.
Yeah, well, you know what? That's the joy of it. We're so old. What the hell? We ain't going to be able to use that much of it.
All right, Slick, let's do some sports, and we'll try to get to everybody here for a little news. What else? What's left to talk about in sports?
Well, just real quick, Arthur Ashe, Carlos Alcaraz, world number 2. No surprise, he knocked off Bellucci 6-1, 6-0, 6-3. Get to a couple of baseball scores, if I may. A good one, Twins and Blue Jays 8-6, top of the 8th there. Top of the 8th as well, Diamondbacks over the Brewers 3-1. We got the Royals bombing the White Sox 11-1, bottom of the 7th. Oh, Cincinnati's losing 4-1 in the bottom of the 4th. This team, I'm telling you, they're on a West Coast trip that's going nowhere. And I told you the Yankees won 11-2 earlier today, and the Mets beat the Phillies 6-0. Mets are starting to shape up, so there goes my baseball season. Real quick story. What else is new? NFL to allow Raiders minority owner Tom Brady to attend production meetings and barred from practices. Dylan Gwynn of Breitbart. In news that will shock no football fan, the NFL is once again changing the rules to benefit Tom Brady. Tom Brady, the former NFL great and current member of the #1 broadcast team at Fox Sports, is also a minority owner of the Las Vegas Raiders. Last year, his status as a league owner prevented him from attending practices and production meetings of teams that he was covering that week, given the obvious conflict of interest in having a team owner in a position to spy on a potential future opponent. Well, that prohibition may be on the way out. According to a report from The Athletic's Andrew Marchand, the NFL is revising the Brady rules to allow the future Hall of Famer to attend production meetings. However, he will still be barred from attending practices. So I don't think Tom Brady's really going to be looking at, with his iPhone there, trying to get a clip of what kind of offense the Jets are going to run against the Raiders, But we'll see. But for now, the NFL appears willing to risk that opportunity of letting him at least go in and do the Q&As, be around the teams. Who knows? He might pick up a playbook or two, put it in his briefcase, right, Rick? We never know.
Of course.
And Big D, that's what I got for sports tonight. We covered a lot already, so that's a wrap. Back to you.
All right, Slick, very good. Paul Nolan, anything else on your news radar tonight?
Yeah, I just have one thing I think the audience is going to like. President Donald Trump called for leftist billionaire and mega donor George Soros and his dirty little son Alex Soros to be prosecuted under the RICO Act. On a post on Truth Social, Trump accuses the Soroses and his group of psychopaths of causing great damage to the United States. Trump added the administration would no longer allow these lunatics to rip apart America. So like this is all part of the whole, he's coming after all of the dark money that infiltrates your TV, infiltrates your newspapers, infiltrates your social media feeds, and brainwashes your goofy leftist wacko friend who you can't talk to anymore. So this is another good step in the right direction. Over to you, Mr. Delgado.
All right, Delgado, what else you got?
Let's see. I don't know if you guys caught this yesterday. I think this was from the part of the cabinet meeting that President Trump had yesterday, his 4-hour marathon cabinet meeting, where he basically goes after all the Democrats, calling them out on what they would do, which kind of makes all of us kind of scratch our heads, but he's got them nailed pretty well. Here he is on the deranged Democrats. Cut number 4. Here's President Trump, cut 4. Check it out.
Here's the problem in Congress. You have Democrats that will never vote for anything. I could say that we're going to lower your taxes by 50%. We're going to guarantee you free cities, safe cities. Nobody will ever get touched, molested, beat up, shot in the head. We're going to give you the greatest country ever. We need your vote, and they won't vote, and they do it in unison. The only thing they do good is cheat on elections and unite. You know why they unite? Not because they're good or they're loyal people. They unite because they're afraid. They're afraid of the radical left, and you can't get their vote. So we have a vote coming up at the end of September, and I think we're going to pass it because we have the majority. And I think almost every Republican will vote for an extension. You can count on almost no vote. I mean, I see things. I'll give you an example, crime. So we're going to pass a bill to stop crime. We may not get one Democrat vote, okay? We may not get one. So when you say continuing resolution, I guess so, and it's going to be passed exclusively by Republicans.
On farm
Mr. President,
visas,
why do you just
you mentioned in Iowa that you wanted to see
sir?
some changes to the H-2A visa program for farm workers.
Right.
You mentioned in Iowa that you want to see changes. Do you want to see that before the fall harvest?
Well, I love both groups, and we take care of our farmers, and we also take care of the people that want bad people out of our country, and we're working on something that's
Yeah, so there he is, again, taking Democrats to task, saying we could offer them everything that'd be perfect, and they still wouldn't vote for it. He kind of nails them.
Dead on.
Right, he's dead on, because that's exactly who they are. But, and Damon said this plenty of times before, the one thing they are good at is uniting. Here's the last thing I got for you. I don't know what you make of this, especially when you send your kid off to college. The last thing you think is, well, the professor's going to do something stupid. Well, think again. Believe it or not, coming out of one place, I never thought I'd see this, but here we go. University of Tennessee professor decides to cancel class, and you'll never guess why. Cut 12.
Yeah.
Check this out.
I have a biochem midterm today, but Taylor and Travis just got engaged. No way. Due to this information, I can't focus. You all can't focus. Class is canceled. Get out of here. We got to go. You have got it. We need time to process this information.
There you go. What school is this?
University of Tennessee, Knoxville.
All right, that's probably about 60. No, actually, in state school, it's probably a little cheaper. But
could you imagine the parents?
Out of state is about 50.
Out of state, about 50, 60 grand with books and everything and food and all that. There you go.
Yeah, Professor Fancy Pants over there had to get to his leg waxing.
Taylor and Travis got engaged. No class.
Right.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't focus.
That reporter you guys played last night? Are you kidding me with that wackadoodle?
Oh, the one from CBS?
Oh, come to me. Come to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's standing in front of the White House. Come to me. Travis and Taylor just got engaged. Amazing. So, yeah, that's the level of stupidity out there. That's why some girl on OnlyFans can make $83 million.
Good point.
Prayers to the people out in Minnesota and Initiation School.
Yeah.
Just say your prayers, guys.
One other thing, we got just a couple seconds here. The president fired this girl working at the Fed, and she, of course, says she's not going to leave.
Lisa Cook. Yep.
Lisa Cook. But Lisa Cook has not yet said, to my knowledge, that what is being alleged that she didn't do. Has anyone noticed that?
Yep.
Okay. As always, we salute our military, active and active, police, firefighters, first responders, EMTs, everybody on the front lines protecting us. Thanks, guys, on the show. Aaron, Fran, great job as always. Most of all, thank you, live from Studio 6B audience. We'll see you tomorrow night. Vinnie Mac may or may not be here, depending on his flight back from West Palm Beach. But me, Rick Delgado, Slickster, will not be here tomorrow. Nope. Me and Delgado, flying double. We'll see you tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, right here, live from Studio 6B.